morning and welcome. It's We Are Live. Hi, I'm Chris Denman. Travis Farrell will be here momentarily. We're live from Midcoast Studio in Grand Center, St. Louis, Missouri. Excited to be here. It's Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day as well. Why haven't you hit share yet on the Facebook stream? That's all I want to know. Joining me in studio correctly, the great Chris Gardner, Stream Queen, Scooter King. Hello, sir.
I didn't know if you were done yet. Okay.
Yeah,
Good
there's not
morning.
much else to say about you.
Yeah.
This kind of covers it all.
Good morning, gentleman.
Hmm.
And good morning, walnuts.
How you doing today?
Good.
Working on it?
Yeah.
Feeling good?
So far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling all right.
Are you?
No, not
Why?
really. I don't know.
Did you get drunk?
Nope. Not a drop last night. Maybe it's you.
Smoke pot?
No, I don't do that.
Heroin?
Haven't dabbled.
Crack?
Not
Angel
to my
dust?
knowledge. Not to my knowledge. I
Molly?
don't like to get wet. Wouldn't Molly make me feel good?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Yeah. I'm fine.
I can call Sean again and ask.
Yeah, that's true. You woke him up last time, though.
I'd wake him up today, too.
Yeah, probably so. On the show today, we'll do some Make It Racist. We've got several topics to jump into. I saw this, and I immediately thought of you, and I don't know if that's a good thing. Did you see this? And this is super interesting to start a show on. Vinyl's poised to outsell CDs for the first time since 1986.
I did see that.
I immediately thought of you, and I don't even know that you're even a vinyl nerd, per se.
No.
But
I mean, I'll go to vintage vinyl or the record shop. Or
we all
whatever,
do,
and,
right? It's all like, oh, cool. But I don't know why. Can you tell me why I associated that with you?
It's probably because, especially recently, I've talked about how when I was younger, like in the mid-'90s, let's say, when I was really starting to get a CD collection going.
Columbia House.
Yeah, that was part of it. Yes, of course. That's what I thought the future of technology was. Like as a 16-year-old, as I'm sitting there listening to, What's the Story, Morning Glory, on my CD by Oasis, let's say, what was that, 1995, this is the wave of the future. This is where information will be stored. Remember, burning CDs? Like, I got to get the right CD for data. Make sure I could save files on it, too. Or burn songs straight onto the CD itself. Like, that's where I thought everything would be.
Right.
10 to 15 years later, obviously I was wrong. But now we're going back in time again here, it seems, to where the technology before CDs has become popular once again.
What was it, Wayne's World 2, where Cassandra bemoaned the fact that her album may not ever be on vinyl.
On vinyl. Of course it will be now.
Yeah.
Or would be.
Would be. Crucial taunt.
Yeah, because even like the newer, like, and I showed the picture here, like Taylor Swift's 1989. That's just a few years old. That's on vinyl. Everything's on vinyl. Arcade Fire's Everything Now's on vinyl.
Oh, I didn't think you'd mention that one.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up. But it's, I don't know if that's helped shops
What
at
has?
all.
What? Oh, record shops?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that it's. I don't know that means that it's new.
Correct.
Is it new that they're including in this, or is it just kind of recirculating?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like that? I mean,
I just think it means that people are possibly buying less and less of things in stores that are vinyl or CD.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know for sure.
well, and then records become a collector's thing, and it's not just. I mean, it's more about the experience. It's not about the functionality, or, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, CDs you could take with you, and at the time that seemed to work, but I don't know. It's interesting.
Do they have portable record players? Like you could put it in your car?
Probably something.
So you take the record player, you connect the cassette to the record player like you would the Discman.
Got it.
And put it into the cassette of your, let's say, '98 Camry,
Mm-hmm.
and so then you can play your record player you set it on like the passenger seat. And you
Somebody
can play
has,
your record player in the car.
if not Exhibit and the fine people at Pimp My Ride, someone has installed a record player in a car before. They'd have to have some kind of a weird shock system set up, but
Yeah, Pimp My Ride would be a good call there.
yeah, I think so. Do you miss Exhibit?
No? To be quite honest,
Did you
no.
enjoy Exhibit?
It was all right. It was all right.
Saw him at the Sprite Liquid Mix Tour in
Yeah.
2002.
I haven't thought about him in a while, so I guess I didn't miss him or don't miss him.
I feel like somebody somewhere is listening to Exhibit right now.
Who? What kind of person?
One of his relatives.
Okay. Or him?
Or him. He's like, yeah, man, I really killed it. And then he was, and then he was on another, I don't know. Well, shout out to Exhibit. Well, we do shout outs at the end of the show, but we'll get into that more.
New thing.
You like the new old thing? It's like vinyl. We're
Yeah.
bringing it back. Shout out.
I had been wondering if this would eventually happen, though. Just because I do know people were buying more and more vinyl than I had,
Right.
seen in the past. People had collections. And
So we just admit that
people still go. I mean, you go to an antique store, and there are people flipping through there looking for a record to score, something like that.
Right.
And the fact that newer albums are put on vinyl still shows that there's at least a sense that people would pine for something. I don't know how much, but they would at least buy it.
At worst, it's hey, I've got this on vinyl.
Yeah.
And they don't actually use it that much.
I don't know, and I don't know how many people have, a record player still or whatever. Like I do. So I don't know how many people would have that. Especially the car one that we're developing, if it's not developed already.
What kind of a shock system would it have to have? It would have to look like something that would have been on the Jetsons,
Like
that you would think would be in the future.
it would have to be like in a bigger car for the record player, where it would they would have a mechanism that would fold out of the dash.
Okay, so like late '70s Lincoln.
Or it's like in the back of a van
Okay,
and connected through the speaker system, like in the back of the van, and it's got its own little setup.
did your family ever have a conversion van?
No, we would rent them for family trips from time to time, though. I could think of one time in particular, going to Colorado when I was 21, that we took a conversion van. But we never had a van. Had a Mercury Sable.
I saw
That was a big car.
I saw a sticker over the weekend, and it said it was on a van, and it was on a van, and it said, damn it, what did it say? It was essentially like, you all say it'll never happen about getting a minivan or
Yeah.
something. Because apparently, once I guess you have kids, then it's like it makes the most sense in the world because it's affordable and
Oh,
you
yeah.
could actually
I've liked watching,
people change.
my lawyer. Like,
Part of the dream
he
team.
was a city boy.
Mm-hmm.
Loved living in the city. Him and his wife had a house over by the botanical garden in the Shaw neighborhood. And they started having kids. He was kind of a douche that drove a BMW.
3 Series?
I can't even remember what
Okay.
it was. He had like a BMW hat that was in the back seat of his car.
Of course.
I remember borrowing the car from him one weekend when he was out of town, and I would wear the hat and drive through the park and wave at other BMW drivers and laugh at myself. They're like, hey, they think this is it. I was like, douche. But watching that develop, move out of that neighborhood into, a place with character like De Pere.
Right.
Move out to De Pere, get a nice house with some siding. Got some good siding on that.
Good for him.
Yeah. But also get rid of his car, get a Ford. The wife gets a minivan. So to go from that to and it's not the only couple I've seen. I know another friend of mine and his wife moved from Dogtown 5 houses down from my lawyer into De Pere as well. It's like De Pere is where they go. And I don't know what it is about De Pere, but it must be the schools, I guess. It must be the schools.
I guess and if it makes sense and if it's easy, yeah, I totally get your priorities change and you don't need to be close to, a bar or something like that or whatever it is.
He'll come by the local watering hole from time to time,
Pop in.
and I'll walk in. He might be sitting at my table, which I do
Oh.
not like.
Wow. Well, that's what an asshole.
And I'll walk in and I'll be, "What you doing here?
Mm.
We don't like your kind around here. Go back across Skinka. Get back out to the county." And so I do that to him whenever I.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel better about yourself when you do that?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I make myself smile.
That's all that matters for the most part.
But I've watched that transition with a number of people.
Absolutely. And then you also get it, too. It's like sometimes you don't want to, and this isn't all, and I get it, maybe this is a bad stereotype, but this happened to a friend of mine. His 6-month-old and his wife, they had a really nice place over, I guess, in between Fox Park and whatever you would call that neighborhood by Benton Park. And
Is it Benton Park?
On the way to Soulard and Benton Park. But if you're in Fox Park and you just keep going, either way. Yeah, somebody just gets shot in his front yard. Had nothing to do with him.
Did they live?
It's like, no. His wife
Oh.
called him. Was like, hey, there's a dead body in our front yard.
Okay, so he's dead.
They moved to suburban Illinois about,
Oh, Illinois.
I don't know, 3 months later.
I've known another couple that has made the
Yeah.
venture over to Illinois.
Right. But you can't argue that. Now, I remember making a joke and a guy getting pissed at me at a wedding. It was a guy, and I was like 28 at the time, and I was visiting from Kansas City. And when I lived in St. Louis, prior to living in Kansas City, I lived in, the city. And I grew up in a rural area or whatever. So we had spent the entire night smoking cigars at this wedding reception, and it was somebody's dad, super nice guy, was an executive somewhere and lived in Kirkwood. And at some point, I was just joking around, and I was like, but what's up with the 2.5 kids and a Labrador, huh? Or like Labradoodle, I probably said. And
I love Labradoodles.
and I was like, it's just so funny because whenever I visit and I go through Kirkwood, there's always that. I was like, it's always just funny, right? And he was like, it's a good place to live, and like walked off. And he's like, what do you want?
You should have gone, Webster.
I was like, dude, I live in
Stoke those rivalries.
I live in Waldo in Kansas City, which is like, I don't know, Maplewood or something. If Maplewood were part of St. Louis City, like it's hippies with graduate degrees. I was like, I'm not claiming any street cred here, but I was just
Good place to live.
he was not happy, and we did not speak about the rest of it. I was like, did we just hang out for like an hour or two? He'd had enough.
Man,
That really, yeah, it hit a nerve.
those Kirkwood folk.
I was gonna say, I was like, hey man, do you have 2.5 kids in Labrador? Because if you don't, then you could at least see where I'm.
We have a Thanksgiving Day football game between high school rivals every year.
Triangle Assassin says, is it Chettletham?
So,
Chettletham.
I don't think it's that.
I don't. You know what I'm talking about? There's a piano bar called Keepers there. I'm sure you've been there.
I have been to Keepers. I know a couple people that used to work there.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine actually owns an art gallery across the street. So I
know where you're at.
we would go to the art gallery for whatever they had going on, event they had going on that night, and then walk across the street to Keepers for a few drinks too. Get some piano music in.
How'd it work?
It was very good. We would get ripe and drunk, enjoy ourselves. Had to watch yourself walking back and forth across the street, though.
That makes sense. Yeah, you got to be
Who's on the
careful.
I'm going to go to the art gallery and use the bathroom.
Real quick, I want to tell everybody our friend Carly Lawrence is emceeing a very fun event September 20th and 21st in Farmington, Missouri. That's right. They've got a little diversity in the 2.5 kids and a Labradoodle. It's usually 2.5 kids and a mutt of some sort. FarmingtonFallFest.com is the website. You can go see all the event scheduling, the barbecue contest, the craft beer garden. Entertainment is going to be exciting this year. Marquise Knox headlining. big timer from here in St. Louis. He's doing wonderful things right now, working with ZZ Top, and among other things, he plays all throughout St. Louis. You'll really enjoy him. It's Farmington Fall Fest, Brews, Blues, and Barbecue. Again, you can get tickets online for special tastings, for VIP stuff. You'll have great beers like Charleville. Narwhals is coming down. They're from up here. They'll be there. All kinds of great things from Main and Mill, McIntyre Cider, Public House Brewing Company out of Rolla, Crown Valley is going to be represented. All kinds of wonderful drinks, food, and entertainment at the Farmington Fall Fest. And again, our friend Carly Lawrence will be emceeing the event. We'll be down there. And Gardner, I think they have over 70 craft vendors. So maybe
In Murphy Settlement.
you'll maybe see yourself a new crystal you can buy. I don't know. We'll get into that. But they have a 5K. And again, you got to get down, have some fun. Farmington Fall Fest.
Crystal. By the way, charge your crystals this Friday, folks.
What's going on?
We got a full moon on Friday the 13th. A full moon on Friday the 13th. So charge your crystals. This is going to be a good charging Friday. Plus, you have Loop Trolley going on that. So you got Loop Trolley comedy happening on Friday the 13th of a full moon.
What's that mean? Are we going to have people chasing black cats around and stuff?
Or Travis.
Travis Terrell has entered the building.
Hey-o! Welcome to We Are Live. Nope. A little bit behind. Okay. I'll catch up.
Shocking.
Catching up. I see we were talking about crystals and
No, I did a Farmington Fall Fest live read, which
Okay.
you can attend September 20th and 21st.
Oh, can I?
In beautiful, beautiful Farmington, Missouri. Downtown Farmington, Missouri.
I've been to
Why are
downtown
you-
Farmington, Missouri.
You have?
I've seen some things.
You have. Why do
seen
you have
some things.
Gardner's helmet on?
I scooted to all the way from North County.
No, you didn't.
That's not a thing.
I did.
It's
I was
not
on.
possible.
You would
If
If
arrive
people
next
saw me
week.
on 70, they would
The
have.
rental scooters don't have a charge that could hold that long. Maybe the new Spins.
You'll be impressed what the folks out in North County can do to those scooters.
Oh, really?
No, they're pretty good. We can soup them up and soup it out.
They know how to soup up a lithium-ion battery?
I've seen them soup up a Coupe de Ville,
Okay.
so I am almost certain they can do that to a scooter.
I don't think that's how it works.
Okay. You lived in North County. You know how it is.
I did. I don't think they can soup up a lithium-ion battery.
Okay. Don't ever doubt North County, especially the brothers and sisters of North County. It's good to see you, gents, today. Chris, back to the button-up, and Gardner, looking like the great silver fox that you are.
Yeah. That's true. It's the deep blue eyes that help.
The deep blue eyes.
Those are those child model eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sexy
Could have been
child.
a
Can you
child.
say sexy child?
No.
Nope. No?
You did.
I'm about to say. I see most billionaires can. Why can't the regular
Not
folk do
most,
the same
Not
thing?
most. I mean,
By the way, how sweet is that? Oh, look at that child. Look at that child.
On command with the child photo.
That's an adorable kid. That is an adorable child.
Oh,
I have
hey,
a couple of them.
hello. There it
Oh,
is.
wow.
in the holster.
That's, again, Awkward Family Photos. Man, if they could just post, if Awkward Family Photos could post photos of us regularly and tag We Are Live Radio, our Instagram page got flooded when they posted that. Shout
What
out to
else do I
Awkward
got
Family
here?
Photos.
I got the Popeyes one. Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Man, I look good there.
And I love that hat. Look at that Elmer Fudd thing.
It's almost a mega hat.
Close. Maybe that's what inspired the campaign.
Man, I just look like a ball player.
I'm not gonna lie, that jersey is dope. Do you have? Does Grandma Evans? Anybody have that jersey
No,
anywhere?
I wonder if we could get it remade somewhere.
I love the collar. I love the stripes, and then I love the stars on the side. Are
Yeah.
those more Popeyes logos on the side of your jersey?
No, I don't think so.
They're
It's
just stars?
Yeah.
I love that jersey.
Yeah, I do too.
I would love for the Cardinals to adapt that for their
Adapt
uniforms.
or
Maybe they
adapt.
should have some postseason uniforms. And it
Something
should look like
completely
that.
different. Yeah, the B-Fib would love that. No, I was mentioning as you were walking in, because you're going to be performing on the Loop Trolley this Friday, right?
Ding ding!
Goes the trolley. It's also going to be Friday the 13th
Ooh.
and a full moon.
Oh.
So you should have some fun.
Oh, man. So let me get this straight. I'm going to do comedy on perhaps one of the most
Spooky.
and unsafest parts of transportation in St. Louis on Friday the
so,
13th
I
during a
mean,
full
I
moon.
wouldn't-
It's not unsafe.
As a performer, I maybe would pump up the venue.
Oh,
in which
okay.
you'll be
Oh, sorry. I'm new to this thing. My
performing.
bad. Hey, man, come on down to the Loop Trolley.
Nobody-
Forget what you heard in the news and you've read in the paper. It's comedy.
There's no danger.
No, well, I think there's some car insurance companies that
Yeah,
may
but
disagree
no one's
with
gotten
you.
hurt.
Sure.
No one's hurt.
Okay. Feelings, maybe? Emotionally?
Well, yeah. Probably because they didn't park their car within the
That's
white
also
lines
very
properly.
true. Very true. See what happens?
Lesson learned.
That is. I'm excited to do comedy this Friday on the Loop Trolley. Come join me and my other friends. Yale, some dudes. Is Nathan Orton going to be there? No.
Just gonna list them.
Angela Smith? Nope. On that list?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Angela picked up a weekend in
I picked up a
maybe
weekend.
Cape Girardeau, and Meredith Hopping will be substituting.
Oh.
I just happened to see that update.
Oh, the
online.
white Lisa Leslie is going to be in the building. I like it.
I saw Yale tweeting about because St. Louis Public Radio did a story yesterday about the Hyperloop in Missouri with the headline.
Yeah,
that
we got to talk about that.
could be here in like 7 years. That some things are progressing there. It's not Elon Musk and the Boring Company. It would be the Virgin Company.
This is Richard Branson.
Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Now,
so-
now wait a minute. Now, Richard Branson 10 years ago was supposed to send a commercial flight into space to go to the moon. Remember this, Travis? And the owner of Flat Branch Pub and Brewing actually put down the deposit on that spot. Not even kidding.
Did he end up going?
No, they did. It never went, and it was supposed to happen a long
Did he
time
end
ago.
up going?
I mean,
To
it was
the
the
moon.
tickets were like $130,000.
No, I thought it was commercial flights into space.
Is it-
Don't they
yeah,
still do
maybe
the
that's what it
commercial?
was.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
that's
Yeah, not
what it
to the moon.
Well, he said.
well, I said
we
to
would
the
have
moon.
heard. We would have heard about
Right.
it if they
no,
went to the moon.
but it never materialized.
but doesn't he still run commercial flights to space? They don't do that
No,
anymore.
I don't know that they've done that.
I thought they did that. Didn't what did Lance Bass do? Didn't he do that thing where
He's
he
got
went
to
up
go
to
up
space?
with the cosmonauts.
Oh, that's right. He was actually going to go to space.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. I don't know. I thought they were running commercial flights out into space. I thought that was a thing that rich people already are doing.
Maybe they're doing it under the radar.
Oh, okay. But Richard Branson's now doing the Hyperloop thing. He's got his own version.
That's what it seems like.
Who do we trust, Elon or Richard?
I might go Richard.
I kind of want to trust the South African. I got to trust my people.
Ernie Els.
And Charlize
Googling,
Theron.
can you fly commercial to space? On June 7th, 2019, NASA announced that starting in 2020, the organization aims to start allowing private astronauts to go on the International Space Station with the use of SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft and Boeing's Starliner spacecraft for public astronauts, which is planned to be priced at $35,000 per day.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad for a trip to space.
Not really, considering
Like,
that
how long you gotta
people
be up
spend that-
there?
People spend that in a bar. If you're a professional athlete.
I mean, so how many days are you allowed to spend up there? Because I mean, that sounds like something that most millionaires can easily do. That probably cost you maybe around 6 figures for the full round trip, I'd imagine. That ain't nothing.
Virgin Galactic plans first commercial space flight for this year, and this was in 2019. And there was a 2014 accident and subsequent redesigns. The company, okay, so
Why is commercial flight so difficult to space when we've done it several times? Like as far as like, why wouldn't the folks at NASA be like, oh dog, all you need to do is you need a lug wrench, you need to put some rims, bada bing, bada boom, you're in space. Like,
Probably
how
'cause
is it
it's
so
more than
difficult?
that.
But I mean, it's just you're still, I mean, you're going to space. How hard can that be?
You have to
Just
deal
space.
with re-entry.
Okay,
Have you not
and
seen Apollo 13?
I've seen prisoners come out of jail. They've done a pretty good job with re-entry. Why can't the astronauts do the same thing?
Well, normally when you re-enter from prison, you're not possibly burning alive when you leave the gates of the prison.
Okay, touche, but it can't be that difficult to go to outer space and then come back. We've done it for almost 60 years.
And we've also had accidents that have occurred.
Yeah, but have we ever lost a man in
dinosaurs-
space?
the
We
di-
have never lost a man in space, so forget whatever Armageddon said, but we've never lost a man in
That
space.
we know of.
The dinosaurs went to
That's
space
true.
and
That's a good
couldn't get
point.
back.
That's also very true. I didn't think about that. And what about those damn dogs and monkeys? Are they still floating around out there?
Somewhere on a planet through something slipped through a black hole, and somewhere a monkey is ruling a planet of lesser evolved humans. That's a fact.
Isn't it weird that we're so protective of animals, but we had no problem shooting their ass out into space?
I mean, who's protective of animals?
The whites.
Well, yeah, it's not your community.
No, well, we don't know. We
make them
got
fight.
We got fighting to do here on Earth.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to be sending our best fighters out into space.
Yeah.
Why would we send our best fighters to Mars? Keep them here.
Because there might be aliens there.
But so the thing is, like, if those dogs are out in space and they run into aliens or they make contact, is it?
They probably can't survive.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty confident.
It's a dog. Dogs are pretty damn smart.
Yeah, I don't think a dog's going to design its own spacesuit, though. Plus, then with the suit on, how are you
You're
going to
so
bite
cynical.
something?
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Oh, great
That's a good
point.
point. Just think
You
about
need a
that.
little
stuff
hatch
is,
to-
Yeah, you
Nip
have
thing.
to design it.
yeah, for him to be able to actually. That's a good
So then
point.
you're ineffective, actually.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So it wouldn't make sense to send them, actually. So
What
you're,
kinda-
you're right.
What kind of
them
dog
here.
would you send into space?
Well, you mentioned the Labradoodle earlier, and I am very fond of Labradoodles.
You are.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's guest, Dr. Ed of Hillside Animal Hospital, who's in each and every Wednesday, would tell you that's hilarious because it's just a mutt.
Well, maybe that's why I find them to be kindred spirits.
I'm game for sending German shepherds out into space.
Why?
They've had their hand in some terrible moments in history. They deserve to.
They're not Nazis.
Oh, we don't. Well, they hung out with them. They hung out with Jim Crow police officers as well.
Well,
So
You're
I'm
gonna
just
blame
saying.
the
I'm just
dog?
saying. For years, German shepherds. I don't know why they haven't been thrown into this debate.
you're going to blame the dog for being trained a certain way?
You know who flies under the radar?
Who's that?
Belgian Malinois.
Yeah, I
A lot
agree.
of people think they're German shepherds, but they're a more aggressive, sharper, witted, and healthier version of that.
Really?
Slight
What
slight
are
difference.
Belgians up to?
Belgian what? What are they called?
Malinois.
I had that at brunch the other day. Very delicious.
That's not.
You hear
What's-
Belgian
oh,
and you immediately think of waffle,
think
and then
it's-
you
it's
just
not-
try to
that's-
make a
it's not.
brunch joke.
No, it's not. But that was.
That's all you could. That's
That's
how
all-
you tied it together.
That's how.
In
I did it.
20
That's how your brain works, right there.
And you
That's
can
the-
catch this kind of comedy at the Loop Trolley this Friday, September the 13th.
2019. Who's dominating brunch more, black or white women? Yeah. 2013.
Right now-
There's no question what the answer is. Now,
Do
When
you
it-
not get to complain about appropriation anymore?
See, I feel like brunch was up for grabs.
No, it wasn't.
You're telling me brunch was
It was
the
never-
whites?
It was never up for grabs.
It was never. It was always the whites. I tell you what. I think brunch now. White women were Alabama. Black women are Clemson. So I think for a while it was white women dominating the brunch scene, but lately, black women are like Trevor Lawrence in the national championship game. They step up big time, and so I would say that's where the rivalry is right now.
I'm about to lose my mind.
If it isn't sight, it's sound. If it isn't
Speaking
sound,
of-
it's sight.
Speaking of white women,
Hey, hey, hey,
large blonde hair just pulled off.
hey,
Travis's
be
shoulder.
distracted.
Did you turn the light on?
Yeah, distracted. Hey, pay attention to that.
Yeah, what color was
hey,
that
man,
hair?
you ain't gotta. Oh no, now it's blinking. Okay,
just-
stop it.
yeah.
Oh God.
And he just hit me with it. If it's not sight, it's sound. Do you understand? If you see what manifests, do you understand the chaos that's going
I
on
don't.
inside here
I'm afraid
at all
some
times?
days. I don't know, but I feel like it's like Highway 40 in that head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on, my friend.
There is.
How about you just take a deep breath? Exhale.
Wait for-
Oh God. Oh God.
I don't trust you.
Exhale. There you go.
All right.
Good God.
So you're gonna do comedy on the Loop Trolley. You did a great job at Happiest Hour. Which this week we've got Ricky Royal,
Whoa, okay.
Tina Deball,
Tina D.
Rafe Williams. This is gonna be a hell of a show. Ricky made it to the Funny Bone Finals this year. Tina won Helium's competition in 2018. And don't you know it, Rafe Williams won in 2016. So 3 very talented comedians. Sophie's Happiest Hour this Thursday, 6
Jack
p.m.
lives here. That's
In
right. Jack
partnership with
Sparrow
Jack
will be
Daniels.
in the
Nope.
building on Thursday. Nope, that's not the
Schlafly
Jack.
specials, Jack Daniels specials. Come join us, 3224 Locust, right here in Grand Center, and it's free comedy every Thursday.
We got Jack
Happiest
Clark
Hour.
showing up, and of course, the Schlafly family
Oh,
will be in
Jack.
attendance.
So I'm
So it's
pretty
gonna be a
pumped about
crazy
that.
Thursday.
He and I can catch up.
So Thursday. Oh, did you work with him when he was?
I was his producer.
During that
when
time.
he had the meltdown, or when he said the thing about Pujols.
No, before
Oh,
that.
okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
was about to say,
Before that.
are we legally liable now?
No,
Okay.
but there were a lot of people that were.
He
and
didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
That got Mr. Albert seemed to think litigiously he had a point.
He had a dream team.
Yeah.
He had a dream team, Gardner. You got to
Albert-
give him respect for that.
Albert wouldn't have won if they would have gone.
I'm not talking about this any further. And
Oh, I will.
I
will. Yeah. Albert wouldn't have won.
and we're not insinuating anything or doing anything.
No,
else.
because what I'm saying is that Jack said he was told by someone that this is what the deal was, right? Jack was not lying that someone told him that.
So in a sense, it's an
Yeah,
allegedly.
Because
Got it.
I worked with him for a little while. He would not lie about that. That is
About
not-
hearing it.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah.
that
But
is not his
litigiously
nature.
speaking, from a legal standpoint, does that completely protect an individual? Just because you
Saying,
heard
"Hey, this
someone
is what I
tell you
was
said,
told."
so I can. That's kind of. But that's still you're on a national, you're on a public broadcast.
Yeah.
And you're
telling
asserting-
someone what you were told.
Yeah, it'd be like I read this. It would. I don't know if it's an individual. You'd have to.
Wouldn't you have to throw an allegedly in there?
No, not. He didn't allegedly hear it. He heard
Yeah.
it.
Wouldn't you have to say I was told that
He did. He
X
said that.
player allegedly had taken? Wouldn't that been what he would have had to
No.
say?
No,
He
because then he said.
Did the guy say allegedly or
No,
not?
the guy may have told him,
Okay,
which is
okay,
true,
hold
but
on,
I'm asking.
Hold on. Did the guy who told him say allegedly? If not, then
he's
no.
just repeating it.
Yeah, you're
Then
repeating what you're told.
Then it would go to that. No, and
I'm
this-
telling you,
this is
Albert wouldn't
defamation.
have won.
This
I'm
is
not saying he would have won,
he-
but I'm saying
he
is there
coulda
not
went
responsibility
after-
on the broadcaster? I feel like that's still not necessarily from
I
a,
just looked this up, so this would be defamation because Jack Clark, you could say, caused the it turned into defamation because the other individual shared it with him. Does that make sense? Like he's now you're not going to get mad at a TV screen for what somebody puts on it. Does that make sense?
But I understand why Albert took those steps.
Oh, and it
Yeah.
worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
It scared the
Okay.
shit out of everybody.
It worked.
Okay.
But he just wouldn't have won.
Okay.
And who knows what else could have happened. So Loop Trolley,
Because
comedy.
here's the thing. Jack was not lying when he said that. He was not lying at all.
When he said that someone told
Yes.
him that.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to differentiate.
No, I understand that. I just
There were performance enhancing accusations, and if people
I
don't
just
know
don't
what we're
understand.
talking
I
about.
don't know if I guess maybe my thing I'm thinking in my head, I don't think it's necessarily the truth just because someone else told him what they
Correct. It's called a source, right? We see this.
But when you have to, but what I'm saying is, I think I understand the irresponsibility of it all when you don't have more to it and you make that leap and that type of accusation. Like, I heard that Chris has a small penis. Like, I would understand why Chris is upset because he knows I'm lying because I've seen that bad boy. And
Okay.
again, at the same time, someone may have told me different. That doesn't mean what they told me was the truth. So that's where
Of all the
just
examples.
I couldn't think of anything better.
all
I
the
tried.
examples.
yeah, I know.
I tried.
Of all.
I mean,
the
a lot of people,
I really don't have a response.
women
to what
in
you're saying.
particular, have come up to me and said it's really not that large, and I'm going like, it's not the Chris Dimon I know. Every time I used to see him, he just
Like-
walk around like an elephant trunk.
And then-
but that doesn't mean
But then when you tell
what
the-
they're saying to me is the truth.
But then when you tell the lie, why does it have to come back and come like? If you're gonna say the nice thing about me, can we just keep it nice instead of muddying the waters with like, in a world where
Do you have to
I've
have a
known
high
you-
rating on Rotten Tomatoes
In a
when it
world
comes
where
to
I've
your
known
peen?
you for 15 years, and the thought that you're now alleging multiple women have came up to you and discussed.
Well, I'm
things
sorry.
with
Multiple
you're
women
just-
and men have come up to me and
See,
said
and
several
then-
times
and
that
we're
it
off.
really isn't that.
And we're off.
You're more inclined to be sued because you're just straight up lying.
How do you know I'm lying if someone told me and
Did
I'm
they?
just saying what
Did
they
they
told
tell
me?
you?
Yes.
Who?
I don't want to divulge my sources.
okay. Hey.
Divulge.
Your
Oh, there you
sources,
go.
huh?
I like that. Divulge. Put it on a T-shirt.
So you're an idiot.
Your
and-
sources, huh?
I don't have a source to confirm any of this.
Okay, but normally I would say that. In this instance, I did not.
I think you're lying.
I don't want to give out the list of.
You're
You
just
want, you want me to give out the list of women
The
who have
Travis
said
Terrell,
that
Chris
Chris
Denman
is.
hotline.
Okay.
The Travis Terrell, Chris Denman hotline.
Hey, oh.
Can you imagine a world where he did talk to people? Hey, so how'd it go?
That's Chris sets up a hotline where they can call me afterwards, and they can
Somebody-
discuss the customer service that was provided to them that evening.
What's in Caddyshack?
Hi, I'm Travis Terrell. I'm
And then you
Chris
argue
Denman.
with them, and you're like, "No, I've seen it. Hey, listen,
I was not sat, ma'am. Did you use it right? All right, did you turn it off and then turn it back on? I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great service.
there are several TSA agents that would markedly disagree with you. You're defending me.
This is a great sketch idea. It's my idea. I just stole it.
We do a lot of it, isn't it?
Yeah, there it is. I told the best story yesterday. He tried to take that and make a TV show out of it. I was like, hey.
You gotta be quick, Chris. You gotta be quick.
What did they teach you at Sesame Street? How to steal?
Right. I was going to say.
Just to eavesdrop on people's conversations to come up with ideas.
That's why you're at these coffee shops all the time.
Like,
Huh.
go on.
He only listened to the Robin Williams portion of the creative process. Rest in peace. He would steal things and then write checks and just send it to him. Hey, my bad.
What?
You didn't know that?
Is that true? I want a source on that one. Don't.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the
don't-
way you go.
I'm just look, man. Don't be disrespectful, Robin Williams.
I want to say
I don't think that's
that
true.
was somebody very famous.
Robbie used to do the sets back with our good friend John Witherspoon. John Witherspoon would talk highly of Robin and his skills.
Oh, of course.
Travis, you late again. Travis.
Man, I feel like I hear that voice. That's just weird. Is that me? I just feel like I hear him.
I'll look it up. But
Travis, you late again. Travis.
It's like I hear pops in my head.
John Witherspoon. I'm trying to find this. Why they?
Hey, don't be dissing. Don't be dissing.
No,
Robin.
there's many. There's a bunch of articles on it. Williams, to his credit, never really denied it. Simply confessed in the rush of performance, his brain zooming at untold speed. He reportedly paid out a lot of money to soothe some of the outrage. If he had truly stolen another comic's material, he was known to send a very fat check in restitution. Rumor had it the payments amounted to around $10,000 each, which for an otherwise destitute comedian must have gone a long way. So, yeah. But there's I want to say, I'll have to find the actual name I was thinking of. But yeah, so that was just something that was brought up.
Also,
So Friday.
and then it's also common for a lot of comedians to have other comedians write some of their stand-up material and they pay them out.
That's everybody.
Yeah,
Chris
so-
Rock walks around with Neil Brennan and 20 writers. That's what he does.
Damn, why can't
Like
I be
he
one of the
shows up
20?
when you were in New York, I guess you weren't at a show he showed up at, but if he's working on an hour, he'll literally show up with a crew of
That makes
10
sense.
dudes. Yeah.
I'm very interested to see this because one, it's been a really good week for comedy. The last couple of weeks have been very good for comedy. Of course, you got Dave Chappelle's special. I know this week, today, in fact, I think Bill Burr's
midnight.
special
Bill
is
Burr's
today.
thing dropped,
It's
yeah.
tonight, and then we heard, and he's doing the rounds right now at the Toronto International Film Festival for his Netflix film Dolomite. But we've just got word recently that Eddie Murphy is setting up a 2020 tour.
Wait, Dolomite's on Netflix?
Dolomite is going to be the first. What they're going to do is they're going to put it in theaters for a few weeks, and then they're going to bring it on Netflix right after the run. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a new thing. Netflix really wants to get their name into the Oscar race a little bit more, put their name out there for award
makes
season.
sense.
So in order for them to do so, they got to put some of their projects actually in live theaters. So Dolomite's, I believe, in November, October, or November. It's coming
Lunel's
up.
in it.
And
Friend of the show.
And it's very exciting. And Eddie apparently in 2020, not only we're going to be able to see him in Coming to America 2, which he also talked about at the Toronto International Film Festival, but he's going to apparently do some tours. That's going to be stupid exciting.
So that means like if he follows the like Kevin Hart way of doing things, like he's going to go club, theater, special. Right?
I'm thinking if the
or do you
math
think he
goes
just
right,
jumps right in?
I think if the math is right, and he said this, and he talked about this with Seinfeld. I think once he's done doing the press rounds for Dolomite, and I think they're wrapping up filming here the next few weeks on Coming to America 2. I think once he does that, he'll probably transition to what you just said, to the club scenes. He'll probably hit a few spots, I would imagine, in New York. He'll probably hit a lot of club spots in New York.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like,
yeah,
he's
he'll
gonna
probably
be just dropping in.
Yeah, he'll probably do that. Maybe bounce. He'll probably hit some of the major small clubs around the country. And I'm
well,
thinking,
that's what they do. Like Kevin Hart will just schedule, or like Dave Chappelle will just show up places. Like,
and Murphy made it clear that he's not rushing it, and he knows that he needs to hit the smaller clubs to know what works and what doesn't. He spoke about it at length with Seinfeld about how he's not going to get up there with some bullshit. He's not going to get up there. He knows he's rusty. He knows it's been a long time since he's done that. So
sorry, if Judd Apatow can be confident in whatever that Netflix special he put out, I think Eddie will be just fine.
I think Eddie's a very. If it's one thing, as far as if you just watch his career, he's a very smart person. Like even when there is quote unquote controversy surrounding Eddie, he doesn't exacerbate the issue to the point where it lingers and he's always in the news and it's. I mean, you go back. What the big thing?
Pronounce what you just heard.
Exacerbates.
No.
Masturbates?
No. You said exacerbate.
I say exacerbates? Exacerbates? Can we rewind the footage?
You son of a bitch.
No.
Why do you do this to me?
He doesn't perpicate.
Oh, no.
He doesn't. Give me. Oh, shoot. Are we bringing back sentence of the week? This son of a bitch is bringing back sentence of the week, isn't he?
You did so well.
I had a good run. It was a good month. It was a good month.
Exacerbate.
Okay.
There's no T in there,
You
buddy.
said you put a T in there and said exacerbate.
I did put a T in there.
Exacerbate.
Say it again, Mr. Robot Man.
Exacerbate.
One more time, white man.
Exacerbate.
Man, it sounds like a T should be in there.
Exacerbate.
I feel like we should add a T.
Exacerbate.
Look, if black people can add an S to the end of things, I can add a T right in the middle of it.
Exacerbate.
I feel like he was ready to say the T. Say it one more time, Robot Man.
Exacerbate.
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 Exorbitant. Nope. It would make sense that you make it sound like masturbate because it's basically spelled the same.
Are you an exacerbator?
Oh,
Is
damn,
that what
I
you're
ever.
trying to say?
Point of the matter is,
Exacerbate.
Eddie Murphy is a very intelligent individual,
Sure.
very smart celebrity, has been around for a long time, greatly respected. I think he knows better, and I think we're going to get a sweet-ass special next year.
I hope so. Yeah, but so there's that part where we're like, oh, he can do it. He's great. He's this, he's that. But then, like, when's the last time you enjoyed a movie of his? Like, is that just a totally different thing?
I don't know. I think expectations are going to be so
movie-
ridiculously high.
You know what we should expect? Sandler going back to SNL was amazing.
Yes.
And he looked like a man amongst boys.
Yes.
On that, and it was very good. And I can't tell you the last time I watched one of his movies like as
He's doing a
wanted to
film
see
with
it.
Kevin Garnett, by the way. I got to tell you about that later. But yeah. But Adam Sandler with if Eddie can do what Adam did when he returned to SNL, which I believe he will, it'll be a complete success. I worry only about the stand-up because of expectations. We've been Eddie returning to SNL. That's 35 years in the making. I'm 35 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't get really bigger than that 3.5 decades of not being on the show that basically started your career. I think Eddie will be good. I don't think he'll be what we were used to seeing in the 80s. But then again, a new generation hasn't seen Eddie Murphy stand up in decades. So maybe whatever material he comes out with, it'll be a success. I just don't want people to get their hopes up too high because it's hard to get your fastball back after so many years not doing it, especially in comedy, especially in 2019. A lot has changed. If you look at his last major special, which I think was Delirious, and you look at the current culture of comedy now, Eesh. I don't know. That a lot of that material would not fly in 2019, so I don't know what Eddie has worked on recently, but we shall see. By the way, Dolomite has everybody in. Have you seen that cast? Craig Robinson, Wesley Snipes, Mike Epps. A hell of a lineup.
Sounds
really
a little
good.
heavy to one side.
Oh, and then I did find out that James Earl Jones, he said this at TIFF, that James Earl Jones will be a part of Coming to America too. So that's exciting.
How old is he?
I don't know, but to get James Earl Jones to do a live action film in 2019, 2020, that's pretty impressive.
Did he do a voice in?
He did Lion King, but he did no press. He was like, hey,
He is.
I don't need that.
88 years young.
Shut your face. Are you serious? I don't know. When was the last time we saw James Earl Jones in public? I know he used to do a lot of stage work in New York. As a New Yorker, I probably should know this.
Where's TIFF? Is that tax increment
That is
financing?
Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh.
Get it together.
Ask the Cardinals about TIFF.
Yeah, I was confused there.
Eddie's 58.
Man, have you seen Eddie lately?
was great.
58 my ass.
Yeah.
That guy,
The
okay.
whole don't crack thing is not
It's
fair.
man, Eddie living clean.
What happened
I'm
to you?
jealous. Man, hell if I know. I don't clean. Shoot, man, I ain't showered in 7 months. Huh?
What?
What?
No.
Mm-mm.
So Friday, you've got a show on the Loop Trolley.
Yeah, man, I got
Are
some
you
jokes.
excited?
Well, look, I mean, I went up to the Pacific Northwest, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that I killed, but let's just say I got my OJ on. Huh? And that's one of the many jokes you can catch at the Loop Trolley this Friday, September 13th. But no, I'm very excited. I feel
we just
like
hit
I
him
have
with
a
a double?
s-
Mm.
I-
Yeah, we did.
I
Yeah.
feel like I have a solid.
I didn't want to say anything.
I feel like I have a solid 5 minutes. I don't know how long Yale wants me to go.
Thought you did great.
Thank you.
Don't
That
go
was so
longer. We don't want you to exacerbate.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hated it.
Especially on the trolley, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean,
It's
because
in
it can get
public.
messy.
It's in public.
But yeah, I'm excited. This is really cool. We've said this before. I'm very proud of Yale for coming up with this really cool idea. And if one thing,
Well, he had tweeted about if they get the Hyperloop. He's like, bear with me. 3 comedians from Kansas City come here. 3 comedians
on the
back.
way back, now that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Have
That'd
you in
be
bed by
fun.
9 p.m. What's going on with this Hyperloop? So we've got the Loop Trolley show again. Support
still
Travis, support our
researching and
friends
everything.
Ken Warner and Meredith and Kenny and Yale and whoever we're forgetting. Still researching Hyperloop.
Yeah.
Is
Would
that
you- would
is that
you-
really going to happen?
Doing
What's it supposed?
studies.
It's supposed to be half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go get Joe's barbecue and come back for lunch?
Nah, I'd patronize St. Louis.
Would you do you
barbecue instead.
legitimately trust something going that fast?
We're gonna get there eventually.
I mean, I know it sounds
I
stupid
might
because
as
we
well
were
be
airplanes that
someone
go.
to die in a terrible accident like that, because then you can be remembered more.
I just I
Died
know
in the
I,
Hyperloop.
You're trying to set up your own demise in the Hyperloop,
We all gotta die, right?
and that would be the Gardner Hyperloop from then on.
I mean, you really stand no chance going that fast, right?
That's what you think,
Like if
unless
I
there's
fall
some
off
kind
a
of a
scooter,
space-time
I'm
continuum
probably not
thing.
gonna die.
I mean,
but
you're
I've
talking.
hurt myself.
You're going 700 miles per hour. I
Right.
don't know the room for
There's-
error.
that's
I don't
very
think.
small.
Yeah, I don't think.
Very small.
I mean, unless there's some type of security mechanism they're going to ultimately
You have to
develop,
realize
which I would imagine
I'm
they will
on
try.
borrowed time now.
Yeah, you did. You said you thought bears would have taken you out over the last
Oh, I
16
have
months, and
I
they
have
not.
trail cam footage of the Farmington bear, by the way.
Oh no.
If we want to review it next hour, we can. But it's just a quick
why don't-
snippet, walking right through.
I'll look at it after the show and make a decision then. We'll make an editorial decision.
Okay.
after
I feel
the
I,
show.
I feel like I sound like those idiots from the late 40s when commercial flights became a thing. I don't.
No, it's insane. I mean, it's crazy.
I
that
hope,
it's
you
kinda
can,
that
I hope
crazy.
you can smoke on the Hyperloop.
I don't.
Old school flying.
I don't even know if they're. I don't.
This is
I
really
don't know.
ADD, but how do we feel about everybody saying like this? The vaping thing is killing everybody. You seeing this?
I've seen it. I haven't looked at it at all though, because I don't vape.
Yeah.
CDC has called out a few manufacturers specifically, but it sounds like the medical community is
They just don't
ultimately
know.
saying that there are distributors of certain pens that that are not done correctly in a fashion that would be
Seen
healthy.
some of the videos of those things blowing up.
Yeah, it's very, very, very dangerous. So yeah, the vaping thing is.
I guess my thing, I'm just like, we do so much dangerous, stupid stuff anyway. I don't know.
I think when the CDC gets involved, I think it's enough for people to start paying attention. I think even the FDA is also getting involved as well. So
They might just want to step back.
yeah. So, but yeah,
They're
I think-
trying to take away flavored cigars and menthol cigarettes. So
I mean, I think when you got a CDC, yeah,
Racist.
they're pretty. Well, they're pretty. They're
They're
not
racist as
political.
hell.
They're not racist as hell. They're located in Atlanta.
who?
The CDC.
I'm talking about the FDA.
Oh, the FDA. Yeah, they're.
Have you watched the Chappelle special yet?
I have not.
Oh, okay. There's a good Atlanta joke in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not seen the Chappelle special. But no, those like, I mean, you mentioned things like vape, and you mentioned things like the Hyperloop. Again, I feel like I sound like a 1950s, caricature. Just
Well,
like,
it's-
I
yeah.
don't know about these things
Right.
if they're safe, and
Right.
we later find out that it's just common play in the next 10, 15 years,
Yeah,
and
that's
we
what
all
I'm
just
saying.
take
That's-
Hyperloop,
it's
and
good.
we're all vaping.
So
and
you
it's
got to
all-
get through some certain barriers to get there.
But it is cool to be on the other end of that because we have been very lax, if we will, when it comes to new technology. Like we kind of brushed over the cell phone
You
next
think
to your
pl-
brain
you think
thing.
planes, like, if we make it 500 years from now, you think planes are going to be using jet fuel?
I would hope not.
Think about the radiation you get being that much closer to the sun.
I mean, no. You think aliens use like fossil fuels to get from planet to planet?
Yeah,
We
that's
don't
why they
know.
keep visiting here.
Oh,
They're
that's a good
running
point.
out of oil
Thank
on their
you.
own.
No,
Thank you, Chris.
No, they
Right.
needed gold to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they genetically engineered us for a period
Oh,
of
sweet
time
Jesus, see what you did? It's almost like you just wind them up. Just
to mine gold for them,
go for it.
and then they just kind of left us here, and we all think that there's some purpose.
I'm legitimately curious how you would react to first contact. Like, I think
Oh,
if
I'd be
anything in my life
intrigued.
that I've added to my to-do list is hoping not only for another species, another
I would-
beings to exist, but I would want to see your
It'd be-
reaction when they
it'd be
arrive.
scary. It'd be
Would you be
scary.
afraid?
Yeah.
I've never seen you afraid in my life.
No, it'd be scary in a way because my thing would be is, do you have answers for us? We have a lot of questions.
What if it turns out they're just neighbors and they're like, I don't know, dude, my planet, my problems. What do you want from me?
That's a little deflating.
Because I was gonna say, like, listen
You're
to me.
supposed to be higher intelligence than us.
Gardner,
supposed to
literally
be-
the face of disappointment that came over your.
Well, that's a very
That
real
would
thing.
be
Think
very
about
deflating.
think about all the
Can
crap
you-
in the ocean.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like that's just because it's on our
It'd
planet.
be funny if the aliens go. We got the same problem too, dog. We just
Yeah.
be throwing stuff in our waters. How y'all? Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all trying to figure it out
Yeah.
too? That would be the most.
That's what.
If
That's
alien technology goes.
more likely.
Oh, y'all got the same issue too. Ah, damn. But you guys don't have an idiot as your leader, do you? What?
Yeah. It depends on where they're from. If they're from this universe, then yeah, I can see some of that playing out. But if they're from a different universe, like in the multiverse, string theory,
Here we go.
to where
Yeah,
like
there you
our
go.
rules of physics don't apply, maybe their rules of physics are different.
Oh,
in a- in a
okay. I
different
see what you're doing.
universe.
Oh, actually, I learned.
Different
I learned some
elements,
things. Yeah, I see.
different things
true.
like that.
Do you guys want me to yell Murph a few times?
Nah, don't do it.
We could.
Don't encourage him.
So it depends on where they would be from. If from this universe, then yeah, I mean, we have some relatable things. If from a different universe, it's going to be a lot different, it seems. I'm not confident in that, but it seems. So I would have. I
What
would,
would
just,
ancient
I would
astronaut
just
fe-
like some answers on some stuff.
Oh,
That's
boy.
all. Hey, do you have at least a few answers for us here? And just like, I know we're trying to decide if or actually, we've made the decision if there's a such thing as man-made climate change. How do you make people believe what is fact and things like that?
Oh, that'd be a good question.
You know,
And
like,
they're like, what do you subjugate
What-
them, you dumbass.
they're like,
you,
wait, you guys are debating this? They're like,
But
"Yeah."
but
Yes, we need. That's what I'm saying. Do you have any answers? We need some help here.
like,
But
well,
the-
we enslaved 3 planets.
but-
Do we need to do that to yours?
but that thing is,
Probably.
are they going to send their morally competent individuals? That's the question. We're assuming they're sending their best. We don't always send our best.
No.
So why are we assuming that when the aliens show up, they're going to be like, hey, guys, we're here to help, instead of them going, no, we have a dream team of our own basketball players. We're going to absolutely pollute the rest of your world. We're going to dominate your ass in the Olympics. We're going to build on top of your monuments, and we're just going to keep it moving. We are asses here on Earth. Why are we assuming that when aliens arrive, they're not going to be asses to us?
That's fair.
Yeah. They just start tossing out the equivalent of Doritos bags into our...
Stephen Hawking said, and I quote, and I'm quoting Stephen Hawking here, there's some bad motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
He said that. I paraphrase. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But he did ultimately
What if
say...
they don't send us the good ones?
Yes.
Which is the way things are going. Like, what if we're being watched, but it's like the entitled son of, let's use God for some reason?
Hey,
Zorg.
you got to bring him in
Say
here.
Zorg.
Well,
Thank
why'd
you.
you say him?
Her.
Oh.
Sorry, we're sexist here on Earth. What do you want me to do?
No, I'm just was wondering if that's.
We're just sexist here.
Is he
That's
white
it.
too? Do you think
Probably.
Is he white?
I'm sure. I feel like those aliens would be.
Before...
Rich white, my rich white God. Thank you, my rich white God.
Nobody don't want a poor black god.
Yeah.
That'd be something.
Now, what about...
But
what
what if it's his son who's just like, he's the black sheep of the family? That, hey, why don't you look over Earth?
Yeah.
Right.
We don't.
They send us their Eric Trump.
We were done with them like
Yes.
5,000 years ago. You just kind of look over this one.
We've got some Hyperloop thoughts. The Black Sheep says, can't wait for the Hyperloop to get up and running, so in 5 years he can afford to ride the Allegiant Loop to Phoenix. I took an Allegiant flight to Phoenix. It was not bad. The great Tommy Mosslander III. If a Hyperloop crashes, it will immediately lose all pressure and the oxygen will get sucked out. What do you think of that, Gardner?
Oh,
That's right. Tough to smoke with no oxygen.
That's a good point.
it's tough to do a lot of things without oxygen.
I like that. Put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It is tough to smoke without oxygen.
Tommy and I were texting yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
How'd that go?
About something, an event happening in late November.
Thanksgiving?
No, just maybe there's a possibility of Tommy and I going on a ghost hunt.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to have to send the cameras for that because somebody's not coming back.
So we'll see.
That'll be a good one.
We'll see.
We'll take a break.
There's some interest on both sides.
No.
It's
boy.
We Are Live, and we want to thank Tech Electronics for sponsoring the show and helping us outfit the studio, the mics, the cameras, the board. It's a Behringer, everybody. Tech Electronics helped us out with that.
X32.
They can help you. Maybe you're running a business. Maybe you're in charge of your IT infrastructure or your alarm systems or anything. They can help you with that. TechElectronics.com. They provide systems and services that help customers work smarter, feel safer, and collaborate more effectively. Technology services organization headquartered right here in St. Louis with a network of nine offices across the Midwest. That's Tech Electronics. Check them out online, techelectronics.com. We'll take a quick break, let Gardner get a menthol. We'll be right back. It's We Are Live.